this is a Unigear tarp, which I've just acquired. My second tarp. They're both 10-foot square, which is a very useful size. So let's see what comes with this one. It comes in a nice carrying pouch. It's a nice chocolate brown one. My other one's a green one. So I've got two which are nice natural colours. So this is made of the same material as the tarp, like the bag for the other one is. And this one is chocolate brown on the outside. That's the bag of bits that comes with it. Chocolate brown on the outside and sort of silvery colour on the inside. So I guess that might be quite handy for reflecting heat and so on. You could use it the other way up in hot weather to try and keep the heat out. Good. So the edges are hemmed with this tape, and then the corners and the middle anchor points are all reinforced with an extra layer of cloth and stitched through, and the eyelets on this one are all in the tape loops rather than in the tarp itself. That should mean it's much less likely for the tarp to get damaged by a peg. And you've also got the loop here that you can either put pegs through or you can tie the guy ropes to. So let's have a look at the guy ropes and pegs that come with it. They come in their own little bag. And you get 6 guy ropes and 6 pegs. And the pegs are these round ones. They're aluminium, so they're quite nice and light. They're reasonably thick, so they should be quite tough. And these are the guy ropes, and these are traditional slider type guy ropes, and they all come bundled together. So it's amazing how small the average garden is compared to the average wilderness. But I've set this up using available anchor points. There's a tree down there, there's a fence up there, and I've used some of the pegs as well. And what I've set up is a quick windbreak rain shelter. Obviously, if I had a bit more room, I could stretch the guys out a bit more and tighten it up a bit more so it didn't flap about. And you can use this to sit under or to cook on a low table. Of course, you can also stretch a rope between a couple of trees or something and hang the tarp over it and then peg both sides out, so you make yourself an awning. And if you keep it low to the ground, you can make a shelter you can sleep under. If you keep it high up, you can make a shelter for people to sit under when it's raining. You can also use this one apparently to fold to make a hammock. I'm going to have a go at that. I've got some hammock straps coming. The little what should we call it? The little hole things. I've forgotten the name of them momentarily. They're in the middle of the tape, so that's quite good. It means that they're not going to be pulling on the tarp, just on the stitching in the tape, in the tarp. Oh, that is annoying. Eyelets, yes, the little eyelets are in the tape, so that's quite a good idea. And then you've got a loop of tape you can tie off onto. You can put a pole through the eyelets, or you can put a string through the eyelets, or a peg through the eyelets, as I have down at the bottom there. Pegs. Here are just some other uses of a tarp. As you can see, a couple of canoes are being got ready to go sailing, just with a tarp with one side gathered together by all its loops, and sheets are attached at the bottom corners. Here we are out on the lake sailing, and another one of us out on the lake sailing. We've got about 3 miles an hour according to my sat-nav, which isn't massively fast, but we weren't paddling, so that was good. Now, no pioneering weekend can be quite complete without fires and without making stuff to eat. There we are, making some bananas with chocolate buttons in them. Nothing to do with the tarp, of course. Here's the campsite where we landed, and here's one of the tarp shelters that we made to keep the rain off and so on. Another sort of tarp shelter, again just stretched out between a couple of trees. And here's a tarp being used as a hammock, with another tarp being used as a shelter over the top. So lots of things you can use these tarps for.
cold. Well, good morning. It got cold last night. Luckily I had that little heater. But Unigear, it helped keep the heat in a little bit with that reflective material on the inside. I didn't have to run that heater for too long just to cut the chill off. So there's some pros about it. It does its job. It keeps you out of the weather. Cons, I wish it did have some grommets in the middle.